The day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Xerox put out a press release regarding Xerox Financial Services, FITTLE, and a company called PEAC Solutions. This is the second press release regarding PEAC Solutions and FITTLE. The first press release came out in January of this year. Let me go to that one first. Xerox announces entry into forward funding solutions with PEAC Solutions to drive continued growth of FITTLE financing business. 9 months ago, Xerox said, you know what, we got to get rid of some of this debt on our balance sheet around FITTLE financing. We're just getting too much. So maybe we should sell some of this debt off to a company called PEAC Solutions. And they did this deal 9 months ago. And then they decided to go ahead and enhance the deal. I got to tell you, Xerox and PEAC Solutions, I think you're kind of procrastinating the inevitable. I really wish this press release would have went this way. Xerox sells off FITTLE and Xerox Financial Services to PEAC Solutions. Just get it over with. I'm not sure what's left to enhance. You know, Xerox, I think you want to get that debt off your balance sheet. It makes a lot of sense at this point. And the deal you did 9 months ago with PEAC Solutions just needs to get finished. Go ahead and sell them the rest of the portfolio. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking to myself, who is this PEAC Solutions? I'm looking around and let me read this press release. This press release came out in January of 2022. Marlin Business Service Corporation, nationwide provider of capital solutions to small businesses. Marlin, or the company, announced today the completion of its acquisition by funds managed by affiliates of HPS Investment Partners, LLC, effective January 20, 2022. With the completion of this transaction, Marlin becomes part of the global leasing platforms, managed by affiliates of HPS, which include PEAC UK and PEAC Europe, and collectively operate in 11 countries. The platforms currently have balance sheet lease assets of $4.5 billion and annual originations of over $2.4 billion. Bill Stevenson, CEO of HPS Global Leasing Platforms, commented, by combining our global strategy with experienced local teams, we are creating a full-service commercial finance organization to support our equipment dealers and customers. We are excited of the addition to our platforms, and we look forward to building on it. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Stevenson. We all know Bill Stevenson. He used to be the CEO over there at DLL. I'm going to make some of my DLL friends mad, but I got to tell you, when Bill Stevenson's left DLL went through some changes, and I'm not the only one that thinks those changes weren't positive. I just want to throw that in there. But Bill Stevenson, he's out there building up a roll-up. HPS giving him the money. Ladies and gentlemen, PEAC Solution is about ready to go out there and gobble up some equipment finance leasing companies, I assure you. Let's think about FITTLE for a second. FITTLE has total assets of $2.97 billion, and that was through the second quarter of 2023. Financing allocated debt is $2.6 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, it would be great for FITTLE to just unload all of this to PEAC Solutions and get that $2.6 billion off their debt. I think the shareholders would love it. But you got PEAC Solutions, you got HPS, the money behind PEAC Solutions. Let me just read this about HPS so you can kind of get your head around who they are. HPS Investment Partners is a leading global investment firm that seeks to provide creative capital solutions to generate attractive risk adjustment returns for clients. We manage various strategies across the capital structure that include syndicated leverage loans and high yield bonds to privately negotiated senior secured debt, mezzanine investment, asset-based leasing, and private equity. Ladies and gentlemen, HPS is a big giant gorilla. They brought in a great finance leader in Bill Stevenson, and they're going out there and they're building an equipment finance roll-up. So the next question you got to ask yourself is, who's next, and how will this affect the others? But who will PEAC buy next, I think, is a bigger question. I put down here Great America. I think Great America is poised to join this PEAC collection. I mean, think about it, folks. Great America, been around for about 30 years. You know, they're operating with the original leaders. These original leaders are going to retire out. We're seeing some shakeups going on there at Collaborants. I don't know if Great America will call them shakeups or not, but we had some leadership changes. We know that Collaborants is that master service provider platform that Great America started about 12 years ago that's, in my opinion, has gone absolutely nowhere over 12 years. And I'm thinking with these leadership changes, are they restructuring that to clean it up and get rid of it? Because I assure you, if PEAC Solutions buys Great America financing business, they don't want anything to do with Collaborant. So I'm thinking that maybe Collaborant is cleaning itself up so it could go off on its own, if you will. Because Great America will have to do something, wouldn't it? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, think about business equipment financing. It's not 1980 anymore. It's not 1990 or the year 2000 anymore. It's quickly approaching 2024. Interest rates have never been higher. You have to go back 20 years. But think about this. Back in 20 years ago when the interest rates were higher, guess what else was higher? The price of the equipment. It was fun being in the print business. It was a growing business. Still. But where's it at today? We're replacing A3, expensive equipment, with less expensive A4. People are paying cash more and more. We got a bunch of leases that are sitting there in evergreen because people don't know what to do. They don't really want to upgrade. The days of overspec and overselling, doing 5-year leases and prematurely upgrading them and burying them with a bunch of roll-up money are quickly ending. And so a company like PEAC Solutions coming into the marketplace, gobbling up leasing companies, makes sense to me. Because everybody watching me knows this for sure. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow.